friends, hope you're doing good. In today's video, we are going to talk about a very common problem, how to overcome the fear of speaking. Friends, as we all know that diamonds cut diamond. If we have this kind of fear that when we are going to talk to somebody, we are scared of speaking. So, what activity we can do? If we start speaking, we can remove this fear. We can get rid of this kind of fear. Because you know what? If you start doing things practically, you enhance your knowledge, you improve yourself by doing things practically. And guys, we have kept in our mind this kind of fear. This fear is just like a psychological fear. It's not based on reality, because when we are talking to somebody and if we are committing any mistake, so what will happen that time? Hardly what will happen. They are going to laugh at us, they are going to comment us, and so what? There is no harm. If somebody is laughing at us, if somebody is commenting on us, so there is no issue, there is no harm, there is no problem. If they are laughing, let them laugh. If they are commenting, let them comment. Our focus, our goal is to speak in English language. So if we start speaking, definitely we can get to know how to speak. If we are only thinking that if we are perfect, and from that day we will start speaking, so that day will never appear to you. Because if you start speaking, you will get to know how to speak. And I have experienced this thing because when I completed my graduation, I didn't know how to speak English. Really, I'm telling you, honestly, very frankly, I'm telling you, when I completed my graduation, I had all the things regarding English language. I had all the contents, like parts of speech, narration, voices, phrasal verbs, idiom phrase, so many things. In spite of having all those things, I was not able to speak English. When I thought in my mind that I had to speak publicly, I went, but I didn't dare to speak because of this fear. And this fear is what? If we are speaking to someone, least I should commit mistake. कहीं ऐसा ना गलती हो जाए, गलती होने का डर. This is the fear. And how to remove this fear? If we start speaking, definitely we can remove this fear. We can get rid of this fear. Because one thing is very true. It's universal. One thing is very true, that we are surrounded with Hindi environment. English is our second language. But it has become a very important language. It has become a cooperative language. So it is mandatory to speak this language. If you have command over this language, you can watch the world. You can visit everywhere. You can talk everywhere. You can communicate with anyone if you have command over this language. Because this language is spoken everywhere. So guys, what activities you have to do? You have to take actions in order to improve your communication skill. If you want to get rid of this kind of problem, if you want to remove this problem, if you want to remove this fear, so you have to take action. The action of speaking in English language. There are so many techniques you can use, like mirror technique, talking to like what to speak, talking to non-living things, or there are so many apps available, like there are so many apps where there are so many co-learners. They are willing to speak in English language. You can talk to them because they are strangers. They are not going to judge you. They are strangers for you, and they are also willing to speak English language. They are as similar as you are. If you are committing any mistake, so he is not going to laugh at you, because he will correct your mistake. He will correct. You know what? The person who is laughing at you, let them laugh. Because any foreigner is not going to laugh at you. He will only getting your point. Whatever you want to speak, he will get your point. He will try to get your point. He is not going to laugh at you. He is not going to judge you. And who judge you? The one who has very short knowledge. They judge you. Like an empty vessel sounds much. There is a very good proverb. अधजल गगरी छलका जाए, भरी गगरी चुप्पे जाए. The one who knows a little thing, they will definitely comment you. But the person who is proficient in this language and who has filled all the things, who has traveled all the things in this journey, they will never going to laugh at you, because they know all the things, which type of problems, which type of difficulties you are facing in this journey, and what situations you have to face. So guys, if you really want to be a good speaker, if you really want to command over this language, if you really want to remove this problem, if you really want to get rid of this kind of problem, so just start speaking, because this is the Mahasutra. If you start speaking, definitely you will get to know how to speak. Just like as you got to know about your regional language, your mother tongue, Hindi is your first language and English is second language. We are surrounded with Hindi language. We just listen Hindi, we watch Hindi, we speak Hindi, we think Hindi. So this is the problem. When we talk to anyone, we begin to think about our mistake, that what would happen when we commit any mistake in terms of in the between of conversation, what would happen that time. And this is the thing, guys, गलती ना हो जाए because of this problem we are not going to speak, और हमारा जो गला है वो चोक हो जाता है, we can't speak, we are not capable of speaking. So we have to remove this fear. इस fear को भगाना है, remove करना है, and by practicing we can remove this fear. इस fear को हम तभी भगा सकते हैं जब हम बोलने की प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. आप नदी में तभी तैर सकते हैं जब आप नदी में तैरने के लिए जाएंगे. Practically you have to do things practically. Theoretically, if you gain a large amount of knowledge, theoretical knowledge, so that knowledge is not going to help you. You have to take a step, practically step you have to take to swim in the river. You have to swim in the river, and after that you will get to know how to swim. In the similarly goes with English language. If you start speaking, definitely you will get to know how to speak. And I have explained this thing, that when I didn't practice of speaking, I didn't know how to speak. But this time I think for 6 months I have been trying to speak this language, and I have command over this language. I know that I'm not very fluent in this language, but yes, I am good. I think I consider myself that I'm okay, because the way I speak, you are getting my point. I have idea how to express my thoughts, how to convey my ideas, how to convey my thoughts to others. I know that I have to learn a lot of things. I never use in my speech fancy words, so many idiom phrases. I have to work on those things I have to work. And I know that, you know what, if you really want to improve this, if you really want to improve your communication skill, wherever you go, whomever you meet, whatever you do, just think in English. Surround yourself in English environment. You are surrounded with Hindi environment, so surround yourself in English environment. The more you listen, this type of activity reflects, this type of activity influences you a lot. When you inculcate the habit of listening in English something, you know what, you will be influenced a lot, because you will get to know, the way you get to know which word is used in Hindi language, similarly goes with English language. When you observe people speaking, you will get to know that what words is used in correct situation, in what situation what words is used. So you will observe the things, and you will get to know how to speak. This activity really, you know what, impacts a lot, guys, really impacts a lot. And I have analyzed this thing. It's my personal experience that I really inculcated the habit of listening too much. In place of watching serials, I'm a homemaker and I'm habituated watching Hindi serials. But when I determined that I have to command over this language, I have to communicate in English language, so I left. I just put myself in uncomfort zone. When you want to gain something in your life, so you have to put yourself in uncomfort zone. So I left serials and I put myself in comfort. I just started listening English speech on YouTube, and so many things I did regarding improve English language, regarding to become a fluent, to become a communicator, an English communicator. In order to become an English communicator, I started doing so many activities. So guys, you can also do so much activities in order to improve your language, and in order to remove this fear, in order to get rid of this fear, you have to practice.